So Samsung's Galaxy Home, their soon-to-be-forgotten speaker, has yet again not shipped in the Q3. And at this rate, it doesn't look like it's going to ship anytime soon. And I think, honestly, it's time for somebody to say it, but Samsung, you really need to give up on Bixby because it's just not working out. Yo, what's happening, everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to Technoid. And guys, I have some kind of sad news. Due to the extra toll that school has been putting on me with the extra studying and more curriculums are picking up now, I'm unfortunately going to have to cut back on making videos. I know I've been wanting to keep it consistent, but guys, I'm sorry, but school is just driving a lot and I really need to make time for school. So I will be uploading at least twice a week now instead of every day or every 2 days. I will be uploading twice a week. So there will be an upload on Fridays and there will be an upload on the weekends. I am sorry. I understand if you guys are upset and I understand if you guys don't feel that I'm not being consistent, but guys, I really need to pass my school class and everything. So please, I hope you guys are understanding. But what I hope to do for Friday is get the accumulation of all the news that has been building up and news on Friday and put it into one video. And then on the weekends, if we hear anything, I will obviously still make those videos. And if I do any unboxings and stuff like that, that'll still come out. But I'm just gonna have to cut back on episodes just till at least the hard part of my schooling is over. I hope you guys are understanding, but with that out of the way, let's get down to it. Let's talk about the videos. Talk about the news. So story number one is Samsung. Now, before we talk about why I think Samsung should give up on Bixby, let's take a look at the article. So according to 9 to 5, apparently Samsung has missed their Q3 deadline with the Galaxy Home. Even though Samsung has been saying time and time again that the Galaxy Home is going to happen, it is just, we don't know anything about it. Samsung has neglected to update us on it. They have neglected to tell us anything at all about it. They don't even say whether it's going to work. Now, to me, the Galaxy Home is basically Samsung's attempt to try and develop on their smart homes. Because on the one hand, they're creating a smart speaker, and it looked like it was pretty decent. I mean, it looked kind of weird, but it was decent. But the problem was that it's a Bixby speaker, and yeah, we all know how Bixby is. But the idea is that they are trying to kind of build on top of their smart things that they have, like the app smart things. Now, for me, the reason why I'm saying they should give up on Bixby is simple. Samsung is trying to build an ecosystem, but this ecosystem that they're working with is not working out because of one reason: Android. Look, there is no way around it. Android is the main platform for which Samsung is using their One UI. And that's the problem. There is Google Assistant built into Android. As long as Google Assistant and Google related apps are in the phone, nobody, and I repeat, nobody is going to use Bixby or take advantage of anything. Now take a look at Samsung's tablet lineup, the Tab S6. That was a perfect opportunity to use DeX as the main software, but no, they're using Android and it has the option to turn on DeX, but they keep using Android. And to me, that's a problem because DeX, even though it is kind of used as Android, it's still its own operating system. It has app support, it has the Galaxy Store, it has things that could be its own OS, but Samsung just keeps on using Android. See, that's the problem. Samsung wants to push their ecosystem, but again, it keeps going back to what I said. As long as Google is in the phone, they are never going to build that ecosystem. Look at the Microsoft computers. You built a Samsung Galaxy Book, or whatever it's called. You built a computer that runs Windows 10, when that could have again run Windows DeX. You then released the Galaxy Watch Active 2, which is not related to Android, which is its own thing using the Galaxy Wear app, and that is a prime example of how successful Samsung could be at their own ecosystem. The foundation is there. You have an app store, your own Galaxy App Store. You have the apps that are needed for an OS. The problem is as long as there is a goddamn Android operating system powering your device, you are not going to be successful. And that goes back to the Galaxy Home, a Bixby speaker that not many people use Bixby. Now, I have used Bixby on my daily life. Well, in my daily life anyway, I would say. And it's not as bad as everybody makes it sound, but it depends when I'll use it. If I want to use the always-on assistant for my Galaxy Buds, I'll just ask for Bixby. If I want to use Google Assistant, I just say the phrase blank Google. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to trigger nobody's phone. But the point that I'm trying to make is Samsung. It's time for you to stop trying to build an ecosystem and start accepting that nobody is going to use what you're offering. That could all change if you decide to do what Huawei is doing and build your own OS, because you have a Galaxy store for apps. The only thing is, are developers willing to develop apps for your store? And I think they would be. Look at Fortnite. The developers of Fortnite were willing to give you Fortnite on the Galaxy store. So overall, all I'm going to say is this. I don't think the Galaxy Home is going to ship anytime soon, and I don't think we're going to see it for a while, and I think it's time for Samsung to just give up on Bixby unless they can move away from Android. That is story number one. Story number two, going back to Apple, is the rumored iOS 13.2 leak of some new AirPods, supposedly. Supposedly AirPods 3, AirPods Pro. I have a feeling they're going to call it Pro. The only thing that should be pro about that headphone is that it should have noise cancellation. And that's what it looks like it might have. It does look like it's going to have a new design with an in-ear design while also retaining that AirPod style back piece. It also looks as if we are going to see a more different designed AirPod with also a new design charging case with also some rumors that are circling. Now, I don't necessarily believe this, but I don't doubt it, because if it's in iOS 13.2, now this isn't somebody making renders like Ben, but this is an actual icon that's in iOS 13.2, just like AirPower and other things. So it's possible that Apple could be working on an in-ear version. Now, it is rumored that these new in-ear are going to have noise cancellation, which would be a very smart thing to Apple to do, because the Sonys are, I think they're just the best. They have noise cancellation and they sound pretty well. If the AirPods were to upgrade the sound quality and definitely do that noise cancellation, it would definitely be cool. So I'd be interested to check that out. And last story up of the day, and this is my only third story, and that's really it for today's episode. The third, last, final, blah, hoorah, is going back to Google because of the Pixel event. Yeah. So, even more Pixel 4 leaks. However, this time though, we're talking about the event. The event is scheduled for October 12th, I believe. I think I have my dates mixed up. And it is supposedly that Google may be releasing some new Pixel Buds to compete with Amazon, Samsung, Apple, and so many others. Now, this would be a smart thing for Google because their last version of Pixel Buds just really sucked. They weren't that good. Like, come on, they weren't really that good. They weren't. There's no denying it for the price. And also they were trying to be AirPods, but they just weren't. But if they were to make a new version for them to make a just, without the wire, just in-ear buds, and if they sound pretty decent, I would say it would work out. And honestly, they can look as worse as what Microsoft did. My God, that looks like 2 quarters. But anyway, that's it for today's episode of Technoid. Guys, I am sorry for, again, lack of uploads. I hope you guys are understanding of the situation. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and peace.